This is Wharenui Harikoa, the House of Joy, by Lissy Robinson-Cole and Rudi Robinson, the wife and husband duo. Wharenui Harikoa is the culmination of a 5-year project. When I first saw Wharenui Harikoa in real life, it was not much more than an A-frame of assembled steel and a dark and vacant shop in South Auckland. There were 5 panels assembled and fixed into place in the structure. There was not much to look at since you tend to look and walk through the walls. A few lights on stands shone around to illuminate the working spaces, and I was speechless. For those of you who know me and my often verbose, enthusiastic talking, you'll know that this is no mean feat. Although incomplete in various staging throughout my visits, Wharenui Harikoa will be launched as a complete work this week at Waikato Museum. The theme of the work is Matariki, and the stars and deities of Matariki feature throughout the work. Some of these panels are designed and made by Lissy and Rudi, with others in collaboration with celebrated Māori curators and designers, or with lauded international indigenous artists. The inspiration for the project came to Lissy and Rudi from their tūpuna, and the ethos is around the conceptualizations of Arawa. This is a celebration of everyone lost and those here. Lissy expounds the early loss in her life of influential family members, including her father, from whom she gained her love of colour and bold designs, and her nana, who is immortalised as the kaitiaki of the Wharenui. It is from her father that she learned to embrace yourself, not to shy away into the shadows and dull colours, and to love the bright and the bold. The po representing Lissy's grandmother, which is also her favourite component of the whole work, will travel with the Wharenui as its kaitiaki, its guardian, as Wharenui Harikoa travels Aotearoa and the world. She will sit always outside of the whare, keeping an eye on everything. It represents the first death experienced, which started the whole journey. Wharenui Harikoa embraces and challenges notions of, quote, traditional Māori art. The vivid fluorescent colours and the unorthodox material reflect the mixture of traditional and contemporary whakairo patterns. This acknowledges established practice, but also seeks to break free from the pigeonholing of Māori art, particularly the notion that it can only exist in black, white and red. The use of sculptural forms with vibrant colours is a moment of pure joy for Lissy and Rudi, and something they wish to share with the world. While textures are well established in mahi toi, these are more commonly through rāranga, weaving, than the European style of crochet, although crochet is also experiencing an uptake in contemporary design. Further, the use of crochet in contemporary design challenges and transgresses notions of traditional and colonial delineations of, quote, craft and, quote, fine art. This also protects the artists and their work from critical traditionalists. It is uniquely difficult to try and take issue with joy, love, and community. Additionally, Lissy and Rudi are supported by a strong advisory group who guide them on design, Māoritanga, and interpretation. Their list of collaborators includes some of the most influential artists and curators in Aotearoa, which also speaks to the honest beauty of their work. While the use of architectural textiles is not new, these tend to be engineering structures or smart or acoustic paneling, not generally a crocheted structure. In this case, substituting crochet for carving means creating through additive processes rather than reductive ones. In many ways, however, the process was the same for Lissy and Rudi. One hit with a chisel replaced with one loop with a hook. This creates a wonderful moment of dissonance. On one hand, you can process that this is thick, chunky crochet, perhaps not too different from an oversized scarf or blanket. On the other hand, though, this is a solid, imposing building. Lissy and Rudi describe it as the world's biggest hug and the feeling of inviting warmth. The wool itself is soft and beckons your touch. The fabric is glued to carved polystyrene on the popo panels and polycarbonate on the tukutuku panels, and mounted to an internal black steel frame. The customized wool used in the project is another collaboration, this time with Deb Moore from Outlaw Yarn in Otautahi, Christchurch. Outlaw Yarn is an eco-friendly, sustainable and socially responsible luxury yarn brand using local wool, predominantly Polworth. When she heard of the project, she approached Lissy and Rudi and pitched a custom yarn. Excited, they came back with the colours you see and love today. Wool was chosen for its warmth, softness and sustainability for both the environment and the crocheters, but meant that the colours have a slightly deeper and more muted tone than they would if this was nylon. Now, I always find with textile exhibitions that there is a conflict between something designed to be touched and embraced and the notion that gallery art must not be physically handled. Lissy and Rudi are clear with me. Wharenui Harikoa is not standing on display. It will be examined, embraced, and enjoyed. Visitors will occupy the space, share breath, and spread energy from their visit to the wider world. Visitors will be asked, however, to not physically touch the yarn because of the long-term conservation issues and the need to preserve the taonga. Wharenui Harikoa is designed with all of your senses in mind. Apart from the clear appeal to sight and touch, the gentle smell of the yarn instills a sense of comfort and the sounds place you at ease. During my visit, this is the sound of Rudi coaching, supporting and teaching a nephew with the metal fabrication of the structure and assembly of the panels, which bring home that this is not just a project for the fulfillment of Lissy and Rudi, but rather for the wider whānau and the community as a whole. Once launched, the structure will have a soundscape to engage the visitor in the project. Great news is, Wharenui Harikoa will be launched to the public this week on the 1st of December at Waikato Museum and will go on to tour Aotearoa. Head to their website, the link is down in the description below for more information about where you can find it.